Okay, so let's start.
All right, if we're ready, we'll start. So in the previous two lectures, we discussed the human energy system, the basic composition and function of the 7 chakras and the 7 auric fields which they generate that surround the body. And today we're going to go over the healing touch basic techniques for working with the energy system. In healing touch, before we work with our own energy systems or those of another, it's very important that we're grounded, centered, attuned, and that we set the intention of what we're going to do. So when we center, ground, and attune, first, centering is the process of becoming fully present in your heart, mind, and body. Centering is the process of becoming fully present in the here and now and letting go of any distractions, letting go of that monkey mind that's always active, quieting it down, and being fully present in the moment. So the first step before providing any kind of energy treatment to self or others is to conduct these 4 processes: center, ground, and attune. So when we center and we come fully present in our bodies with ourselves, then we would want to ground. Grounding is feeling your connection to the earth and your own physical body. It's remaining fully present in your physical body and not letting yourself kind of drift off into the ether to daydream. So when we're grounded, we feel our connection with the earth and with our physical body. The next step is to attune. Attuning means to tune into something, to establish a connection with it so that we can sense it. So when we tune into our environment, we tune into ourself, or we tune into another to create that connection. Once we're centered, grounded, and attuned, we want to set our intent. So for today, I'm going to lead you guys through a brief guided imagery meditation that helps to incorporate these 4 concepts of centering, grounding, attuning, and setting intention. When we set intention, or the definition of intent, means that we've made a commitment to something, to an idea or to an action. Your intentions are what you have in mind or what you plan to do. Intention is a commitment to action or a way of thinking. So for this meditation, I'll lead you through a brief guided imagery on centering, grounding, and attuning. So to prepare for the imagery, I'd like you to make yourself comfortable wherever you are, as comfy as possible. You may either close your eyes or pick a point to focus on, to focus your gaze, and just let your gaze relax on that point, whatever's more comfortable for you. To begin, I'd like you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and releasing them through your mouth. As you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, you'll feel a relaxation beginning through your body. As you're breathing, let your breath return to a nice, gentle, comfortable pace. As your breath returns to this pace, you find yourself standing in lush green grass. You're surrounded by the beauty of nature. You notice that the sun is hanging low in the sky, casting a soft golden glow, adding magical sparkle and vibrancy to the colors of the leaves and the trees, highlighting the greens in the grass, making it sparkle. You feel the warmth of the sun on your face. You feel the warmth caress your cheeks and your head. You feel the warmth of the sun through your hair. Breathe in that warmth fully, deeply. Feel it fill your lungs. Breathe in the vitamin D, the energy that the sun gives us, the vitamin D that our bodies use for energy. Breathe in the energy of the sun, the energy that plants use to photosynthesize for their food, the energy that feeds the earth, that nourishes the human organism as well. Feel the energy flowing through your body, down your neck, through your veins, your chest, your organs. Feel the sun's energy filling you, relaxing you, soothing your muscles. Breathe it in through your heart. Allow your heart to open and receive the sun's energy, breathing it in fully. Feeling the glow of the warmth in your heart, allowing it to spread through your body. Center yourself in this sensation. Breathe in through the heart, the sun's energy, centering yourself in this energy. Experience the sensations you notice in your body, becoming fully present in your heart, mind, and spirit, centered within yourself. Now you notice the cool softness of the grass beneath your feet. It's soft and inviting. Your toes begin to elongate, transforming into roots, burrowing into the soil. You feel the soft warmth of the dark soil as your roots extend ever deeper into the earth, running all the way down to the earth's core, grounding yourself there into that core of the earth, into the heart of the earth. Allow yourself to receive the earth's energy, flowing up through your roots, through your legs, filling your body. This energy is swirling and mixing with that of the sun, creating a beautiful field within you, filling your body and organs with energy. Ground there. Experience what it feels like to be grounded into the earth, to feel her energy flow through you, mixing with your own and that of the sun's. Experience the sensations. Attune to these sensations. Become aware of what you feel in your body as the energies of the earth and sun move through you. Attune to the environment around you. Experience any sensations you feel from your environment. Be fully present in this moment of being centered, grounded, and attuned to yourself, your environment. Now set the intention to hold this state in your attendance for this lecture. Set your intention to approach learning with a child's mind of curiosity and wonder, and to work in harmony and gratitude with those who offer learning. And now when you're ready, you may begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Feel yourself present in your body, bringing back with you the energy you received from the sun and the earth, bringing back with you your intentions of being attuned to the self and the environment, bringing back with you that feeling and experience of being centered, grounded, and attuned. And when you feel comfortable, you may open your eyes and become fully present. So many people experience a variety of different sensations during guided imagery. Is there anything in particular anyone felt that they to share?
Okay, I feel fine.
Good. Okay. So when we become centered, grounded, and attuned, this is our practitioner prep. Guided imagery is great, something like this, to help us get centered, grounded, attuned, and set our intentions for healing. You don't have to go through a long process or a 5-minute guided imagery. The more you practice it, you become centered, grounded, and attuned immediately just by thinking of it. Because what we're doing in this process is setting our intentions. And what I discussed in our last lecture was that healing energy medicine is all about intention. So it's very important that we become centered in our hearts, that we're grounded to the earth, that we're attuned to ourselves or to our client if we're going to give a treatment, and we set that intention for healing and for working with the energy. If we don't set the intention and we don't acknowledge the energy to work with, nothing will happen. In a study conducted by Lee, they compared energy medicine therapy to mock therapy. They took a control group who did not receive an actual energy treatment, and they compared it to an experimental group that got an actual treatment. The experimental group, the practitioners were taught how to do the hand placements on the body, and they were also taught how to work with chi, or human energy. The control group were taught the hand placements on the body, but they were not taught anything about chi or how to work with it. When the treatments were given, they measured specific immune system markers such as monocyte and lymphocyte counts. They took blood tests before and after the treatments. When the blood tests came back after the treatments, what they found were significant increases in monocyte and lymphocyte production in the individuals that actually received a real treatment, where the practitioners were trained on being aware of the energy and how to work with it. In the mock treatment, there were no changes in monocytes or lymphocytes, because in the mock treatment, students were simply taught where to place their hands, but they weren't taught anything about how to work with the energy. So this shows us that intention is the key. We can put our hands, we can do the placements perfectly, but we're not going to receive any results unless we are intending to work with that energy, and we are intending to project that love and gratitude to our client and intend for the energy to be delivered to them so that they may self-heal. And that's another important aspect of energy medicine. The practitioner is not doing anything magical. The practitioner is not doing anything that every other human being on this planet can't do. Everyone has the ability to do this. All we're doing is working with that energy. And when we deliver the energy to an individual, we are influencing it with our own intentions of love, gratitude, and healing, so that when they receive this energy, it is a vibrational quality that is higher and that falls within the biomedical ranges of those identified to facilitate healing, nerve regeneration, bone health, etc. So when we deliver this energy to an individual, we're putting our own influence and intentions of healing on it. And when the individual receives it, then their body takes it and delivers it where it needs to go. They begin to self-heal. So what we're doing is holding the space and delivering the energy to allow the person to begin the self-healing process. Some of the basic steps in healing touch are magnetic passes, hands in motion, and magnetic passes, hands still. Every other technique of healing touch is more or less a variation of these two concepts, of these two techniques: magnetic passes, hands in motion, and magnetic passes, hands still. Once we've entered, grounded, tuned, and set our intention, we can start working with the energy, because now we're in the proper state of mind to condition that energy to where it is a higher vibration. When we do magnetic passes, hands in motion, or hands still, we use our hand chakras to deliver the energy. So as we're centering, grounding, and attuning, and allowing and receiving those energies, we then let them flow through our hands to give to our client or to ourselves. For today, I'm going to show you how to do it for self. And it's the same thing if we're treating a client. So if someone comes to you and has pain, or you have pain, a headache, magnetic passes are designed to help clear, open, and balance the energy system. And what we're doing with magnetic passes, we're simply clearing out the debris in the system. So, and with magnetic passes, what we're also doing is assessing the system. So we would go over the energy field a couple of times, front, sides, and back, to see if we notice any differences in the field. So if I had a headache, or say I had a neck ache, for example, and I run my hand down the side, I might feel some heat in this area. Where it felt cool on top of my crown, now I feel heat or static, or I might feel something. If you're not kinesthetic, that's how you sense energy with your hands, the feeling. If you're not kinesthetic, many people are not, there are a million different ways to sense the energy. Some people just get a knowing. They just know that something's not right in that area. Some people might see visuals. They might see colors. They might see a wavering or a static in that area. Other people may smell. They might receive different scents. They might smell an electrical burning. Others still may receive gut sensations in the gut. You may get a little flip to the belly if you sense something wrong. All of a sudden your belly flips. It's like, okay, well, something's different there. And some people might hear it. Some people might hear crackling in the field in that area. So there are many different ways to sense the energies. Also, you can use a pendulum. So if we hang a pendulum in that area, it might not swing at all. If the pendulum doesn't move, that indicates an area of blockage. There is no energy flow through there, so it doesn't move the pendulum. So these are all different ways we can assess the field. If I feel something in particular that is different than the rest of the field, I'll focus on that area and clearing out that area. So when we do magnetic passes, what we're intending is that our hands and our fingers are collecting any debris in the field that doesn't serve the client's greater good, or that doesn't serve our
Oh, no, she can't put the hands down.
own greater good. So we're intending to remove anything from our energy system that we don't need. And we simply take it out.
Karen, you disappeared now. We didn't hear you for the past 10 seconds.
Does someone have a question?
Yes, Karen, you disappeared for the past 10 seconds. We didn't hear.
Okay. See,
Oh.
There's a bad line, you know,
Yeah, probably.
or some bad waves. Who knows?
there we go. Back. So with the magnetic passes, hands in motion, like I said, all we're doing is clearing any debris out of our field that doesn't serve our greater good. And we release it back into the universal field. There is no good or bad energy. There is just energy. And it changes depending on the intention or the emotions we're holding at the time. This is what changes the vibrational frequencies and qualities of the energy, are our emotions and intentions. I showed you that anger completely decimates the system. It wipes out our shields. So, and then I also showed you that love and gratitude fluff our shields and greatly increase our energy. So we know that emotions have a huge influence on what our energy system is doing and the physiological impact on our bodies. So when we do a magnetic pass down our body, hands in motion, we want to go down the entire body, all the way down. And what we're doing is we're starting actually about an arm's length above our head, because our energy field actually extends about an arm's length out all around us. So to clear the entire field and all 7 layers of the auric field, we start above the crown and we come down. And we go down the entire body and down the feet. And it's the same with the feet. We want to keep clearing, and the hands, all the way down to about an arm's length away and releasing into the field. And we can do this until we feel like we've got it flowing, that we've removed the debris. Or if we're kinesthetic or clairaudient or clairvoyant, then we continue to do these passes until we sense that the field has changed and that there is now a flow. When we have a particular spot that is really aggravating us, and say we do our magnetic clearing, and it's still aggravating us, we can also do hand still. Hand still is where we simply place the hand on the area that is acting up, and we hold it there until we start to feel the energy flow and we feel that change. We can also do a sandwich on a body part. So if a hand was hurt, someone could place their hand in mine and I could sandwich the hand, running the energy back and forth through the hand. So typically when we do the magnetic passes, hands in motion, we do 3 passes down each side. So it would be 3 passes down the right, 3 passes down the center, and 3 passes down the left. Moment. You have no time to actually do a full clearing. You can do at least 3 passes down each side. If you do have time to do a full clearing, it is suggested that you do 30 passes altogether. So, especially too for people that are not able to sense the energy, 30 passes typically works to clear out the field and stimulate that energy flow. So 30 passes down the body, which would be 10 on the right, 10 on the front, 10 on the left. And that takes typically about anywhere between a half hour to 40 minutes, because you want to spend about 30 seconds doing each pass. This isn't something where you want to go quickly. When we do the passes, we want to go slowly because we're gathering that debris. If we're in a position where we can't reach well, we can visualize extending our etheric fingers. And our etheric fingers can extend as long as we want them. It's a projection of our energy, of lengthening our fingers. So if I want to clear this side of my body, but I can't reach it, what I can do is clear from this side, visualizing my etheric fingers extended through these layers, through my physical body, and through the layers over here. So the fingers are actually extending, coming all the way through. So this is a way that we can do it when we can't reach certain areas, or if a client is in a hospital bed, surrounded by equipment, and we don't have the ability to move around them. It's all about intention and projecting our energy. We can also project etheric hands, and that projecting the energy lengthening it from our palms, from the chakras. So once we're finished with a magnetic clearing, hands passes, hands in motion or hands still holding the area, what we want to do is reground ourselves, or if we're working on someone, we want to ground them. And that's setting the intention, once again, of connecting them to the earth and being present in the physical body. So we ground ourselves, we ground them, and if we're working with someone, we want to set the intention that we're separating our fields. Because what happens when you attune to someone, it's actually a blending or merging of the energy fields that occurs. And this is known as entrainment. Entrainment is especially possible when there's attention to do so. So as an energy practitioner, when you give another person a treatment, you are intending to merge those fields and blend them so that you may deliver the energy and so that you may sense their energy. And naturally, even if you don't set the intention to blend the fields, it can happen as you're working with someone's field because you're sharing those energies. So what we want to do if we're giving someone else a treatment is to set the intention of the fields being split, of the fields separating and becoming full and healthy around each individual once again, so that the fields are no longer blended or combined. Every once in a while, you will run into an individual that, for whatever physiological reason, they become an energy vampire. This is a very real phenomenon. Many people, yes, Dieter, yeah, Dieter, you know, huh? Okay. So most people have no idea about the energies that they emit. They have no idea about being energetically responsible. They don't know that their energy influences other people around them. So, yeah. So if an individual has serious physical issues, for example, I have a client that has multiple sclerosis, that has Parkinson's, that has MS as well. So there are 3 serious, severe health issues going on in his body. If I do not set the intention to keep my shield whole and solid, he will drain me dry. And he doesn't do it on purpose. Even he's now aware of it because we've used the bio-well to, and I've used that with him to show him differences in energy system when I do it. Can't howling the energy from everyone around him because of his compromised physiological state. So we did an experiment, and he wanted to see if he could actually deliver energy to me, because I was always giving him energy treatments and I've been teaching him techniques. And he said, well, I want to try to give you a treatment for a change. I want to give you energy. Can we try it? And I said, yes, of course we can. So, and he said, and I want to see it. Can you do the bio-well while I have my hands on you and do a scan of yourself so we can see what it's doing to your field? And I said, sure. So as he placed his hands on my shoulders, and he set the intention of delivering healing energy, love, and gratitude to me. As he had his hands on my shoulders and he was delivering this intention, I was doing a scan of myself on the bio-well. And of course, I did a scan before he put his hands on me too. And my chakras were lined up nice. My field was nice and full. There were no breaks or holes in it. After he did the scan where he had his hands on my shoulders, we clicked analyze, and my shield was just about gone. It was totally decimated. I mean, I had a few blurps here and there, but not much. And he was very upset about this. I mean, he was very upset. He was really bummed. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought I was, I'm trying to give you energy and send you energy. And I told him, it's okay. Don't be upset. Your body is physiologically compromised. So it needs that energy, and it's going to pull it from wherever it can to sustain itself. And it's pulling it from me, and that's okay. What I know now is I need to keep my shield solid when I'm in your presence so that you can't pull my energy. And I need to concentrate on filling myself with the universal energies, Earth's energy, the sun's energy, the universal field, so that I am delivering the environmental energies to you and you're not pulling mine.
Like each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's very important that we establish those healthy boundaries if we're working with others. And if we start to feel drained by them, this is an indication that you need to set that field and set the intention that your fields do not blend, but that you're delivering the universal energy instead. And that will keep you from being sapped of your own energies. So that is the guard against it, is just to visualize that your shield is whole and impenetrable. But it is also able to give of the universal energies through it. So we're acting as a channel, as a conduit for this energy, and not giving of our own. Does anybody have any questions?
Oh, maybe it's me. You're only as a pupil. No, a question for me it would be, okay, I see there is a difference to Reiki.
Yes, a bit of a difference. There is a bit of a difference.
Because you are touching people, and by Reiki, you leave the hand maybe 5 or 10 centimeters over the person. Mm-hmm. And is this the onlyest difference for you, or do you see another difference?
Between healing touch and Reiki, the principles and a lot of the techniques are very similar, and both modalities are working with the energy to facilitate healing. Really, the most significant differences between the healing touch program and Reiki practice is that the healing touch program has standardized their materials, meaning that the course curriculum and what is taught is now standardized, where every healing touch practitioner is taught the same course. And as a result of becoming standardized in this way, and the way we've put together our program, we've become accredited. So we have national accreditation through the NCCA and the ANCC. And we're also endorsed by the Holistic Nursing Association and the Canadian Holistic Nursing Association. So the differences between healing touch and Reiki are that we went the path of standardizing everything to create a solid curriculum that is the same among every practitioner so that we could get that accreditation. Whereas the Reiki, wonderful teachings, awesome modality, they have not come together under a standardized umbrella just yet. For example, some Reiki practitioners that I know were taught one way to do a technique while others were taught a different way. So the standardization isn't quite in place. For example, what I'm meaning is I have one Reiki practitioner that I will go to for treatments that she also uses a lot of touch in the treatment. Another Reiki practitioner, I know she's all hands off the body. There's no touch. So, and this is the differences of how they were trained. So while the principles are the same, they haven't standardized a curriculum, a course curriculum for the practice that is the same across all teachings, all the Reiki modalities. So those are the only real differences between healing touch and Reiki, because both modalities work with the energy to facilitate healing, to allow the client to self-heal.
Let me tell you something about my experience with the flow of energy between people. For me, what I've remarked is that when somebody needs energy because there is some disease, so then he is trying to get it. It means you've talked about the intention you have when you start to work with somebody. But normally it's like this: you are in front of somebody and he needs energy, so he will try, or unconsciously he will try to take it from you because there's a need. And it is the same with animals. For example, when a cat has a problem, he's coming, and then the energy flow starts because the animal or the human take it. That's my experience with energy. I'm not a professional, no.
Yes, and you're sensing it correctly. You're right. When an organism is in need, if there's some deficiency, it's automatically going to go externally in search for what it needs if it can't generate it inside. So yes, you're right in saying that when an organism is compromised, it's going to be searching for that energy and drawing it from wherever it can get it. And it doesn't matter if it's human, plant, animal, insect, it doesn't matter what it is. If it is a organism that lives, it's going to draw that energy if it's compromised. And we do offer healing touch for animals and babies as well. We have courses that can specifically focus on how to treat animals because their anatomy is a little different than a human, of course. So the hand placements are a little bit different when you're treating an animal. But yeah, we do have classes on that as well. And funny story about animals, a friend of mine who I would go treat, she had some pretty bad hip, leg, and back injuries from the military. And I would treat her about once a week or once every other week. And she had this little dog. And the little dog had jumped down from the bed. Well, it was a high jump, and he landed wrong and hurt his back. And so when I came over the next time to give her an energy treatment, she asked me, hey, Midas hurt his back. And, she had taken him to the vet and everything and had his checkup. But she said, but he's hurting and it's going to be a while before he heals. Can you do anything for him? She said, I know it's an animal, but I was like, well, of course I can. Yes. And so I did a treatment on his back. The next time I came to her house, Midas, that's the little dog, he came up, greeted me, licked my hands, and then promptly turned around, sat down in front of me, and presented me with his back. And that became his usual routine. So every time I go to my friend's house, he would come greet me and then turn around and give me his back because he knew, hey, do that thing, make it feel better, do that thing. So yes, animals are very sensitive to that.
And now my second question. When you start to ground yourself, in one way you are stopping the energy flow to somebody, or not?
No, you're not stopping the energy flow. Grounding is the act of feeling your connection to the earth and to your physical body. So when you ground, you're receiving that flow. What I meant when we ground a client after we give them treatment, we're just intending for that connection to earth to be established, because many times when you provide an energy treatment to someone, they'll feel a little off in the ether after the treatment. It can promote that deep relaxation response to where they may feel like they just woke from a dream. You know, sometimes you can be a little foggy and a little out in the atmosphere, especially like after a meditation session. It's got that same type of quality to it as going into a deep meditation. So the purpose of grounding someone, if you give them a treatment, or grounding yourself after the treatment, is to establish that physical presence in the body, that connection with the earth and with the physical body, so we're not kind of like, woo, off in the ozone still, to bring us back to the here and now. But the energy is still flowing. So we're not stopping the energy, we're just bringing that person back to their physical presence, to the here and now, so they're not loopy.
So yeah, I've heard you said the energy flow is always going up, even when you are grounded, even when you stopped your work, you can feel the energy is flowing always.
Yes, it's always there. We're surrounded by it. Every organism emits and generates energies. All of these energies that surround us have an influence on us. So when we walk around in the world, we can set the intention that our energy shield and field is nice and whole and full, and that it cannot be penetrated by anything that doesn't serve our greater good. So we set that intention, and that allows things that are beneficial for us to come in and be received, but it does not allow things that are not beneficial for us. So when we set the intention of having a nice shield, that nothing that doesn't serve or benefit us can penetrate, this helps us in our daily life and our interactions in the environment and with others. And like I said, most people are not aware of the energies or of the influence they have on others because of their own physical or emotional states. So it's up to us, people that are aware of the energies, to share the information and to help others become energetically responsible.
I think everybody is in his unconsciousness. He don't know what he's doing. He don't know which influence he has to other people. Everybody, even a practitioner like you, when you are unconscious, yes.
The subconscious or unconscious, yes.
When you are in your subconscious is doing whatever this subconscious like to do. You have not any control. How you see it.
This is correct. However, if I set the intention that my energies remain mine and that I have this shield, it does help with that. Yes, it does. But if something angers me and I get angry in that moment, and I'm like, oh gosh darn it, you know, something aggravated me. Yes, and I'm expressing this emotion, I'm feeling this emotion, then yes, it's going to drop my shield. Other people around me will feel that change in energy. And then it's just up to me to be aware, hey, this is mine. I don't want it to influence anybody else. I'm going to hold it to me. So you can take control over that, but you have to realize it first. So yes, in that first instant that I would get aggravated or someone would get aggravated, yeah, they don't have that control. It's a free emotion, and so it puts it out there. However, you know, I mean, this is why we're here, is to experience all of these emotions, and to be able to have fun in that way and experience all the dualities that are here. So it's all a part of growing. And like I said, the energy isn't good or bad. It's just different frequencies. And with our intention, we can change that, but it's becoming aware first. So yeah, it's about becoming aware of it.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I have a question. Is it important to believe in it to achieve good effect? For example, if your patient is skeptical, can you still send your healing to this patient?
Yes, you can, because science doesn't care what you believe. So, and this is scientifically based. So we have the evidence that these energies can be manipulated. So when we're delivering an energy to a skeptical person, to someone that doesn't believe this can really happen, yes, their thoughts and intentions can have an influence on how it's being received. However, they're still going to receive it. Regardless if they believe in it or not, it's still going to be received by their energy system. I've had clients that didn't believe, that, come to me and thought it was a bunch of, woo-woo stuff. And I love it when people are skeptical. I absolutely love this because it allows me to go further into the research, do more exploration, and identify the evidence. So when somebody comes to me and they're like, oh, this can't work, it's great because I can say, well, why do you think that? And they'll tell me and I'll say, okay, well, here's a scientific study. Matter of fact, here's about 20 scientific studies that show us, no, this is actually the case and this is how it works. So belief, it can affect, yes, the energy flow within the person. However, they're still going to receive it regardless of their belief because they're not setting the intention to block it, you see. They're just setting the intention. They don't really believe it can work. And then their mind's blown when it does. Example, I had a client that was very skeptical, didn't really believe in it. He needed a new knee. And his surgery was set up for like 2 weeks down the line from when I gave him the treatment. But he was experiencing a lot of stiffness in the knees and a lot of swelling. And it was hard for him to walk. So I did a magnetic clearing, actually. I did a chakra connection, a magnetic clearing. And the chakra connection, we discussed a self-chakra connection in the last lecture. I did a chakra connection on him and a magnetic clearing. And I sandwiched the knee for a little bit, doing magnetic passes hand still. It was about a 40-minute treatment. When it was over, I asked him how he felt. He said, I feel great. The pain is gone. I can't believe it. And then he went for a bike ride. I'm like, dude, please don't do that.
So let me ask you, did you pull it out of his hand, or what was hand or feet, or what was it?
His knee. Yeah, he was waiting for surgery.
You've pulled it out. I mean, what kind of imagination you had?
Okay. Oh, okay. The intent. So what I was doing was, yes, when I go down the knee with the magnetic passes, hands in motion, I'm setting the intention and I'm visualizing that I'm clearing out the pain, that I'm clearing out the congestion, that I'm gathering all of that doesn't serve his benefit. I'm gathering it in my hands and fingers and pulling it out and releasing it into the universal field. So yes, I am intending and visualizing that I'm pulling it out and clearing it out. Yeah, maybe not actually pulling it, but clearing it is a better, yeah. And then when I sandwiched the knee, what I was visualizing and intending is that there's energy running from both of my palms into that knee, filling it with healing light. So I'm intending and envisioning his knee filling with this beautiful golden healing light that his body will take and use however it needs it.
Yeah, it is a very nice possibility to help people or animals anyway.
Thank you. Thank you. So that's pretty much all I have today was just a simple technique and the meditation to show you can go about centering, grounding, attuning, and setting your intention. And like I said, this is something that with practice happens very rapidly. And sometimes a lot of people, if they've had experience meditating, it's something that is developed very quickly. And this is something, like I said, that everybody can do. Energy medicine practitioners are not magic. We're not doing anything, anybody can do this. And we're trying to tell people that, yes, you can. And this is how. So.
Yes. Okay.
Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you attending.
Thank you. It was awesome, really. So thank you very much.
Thanks. Okay.
Okay. If we come with some new questions, we'll email to you.
Yes.
So
Any questions?
Might be some later.
Okay. And then for tonight's, did you want to bump tonight's lecture on the echo norm to next week, or what do you feel?
Well, we can do both, but we haven't advertised it, and I believe it will be better to do it next week. Anyway, we've already recorded our yesterday's lecture, so we thought that the just most exciting thing will be to participate live for those American guys. So, of course, we should advertise first, and maybe you could do so too on the American Facebook website.
Yes.
Facebook page.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if you share the ad with me, then yeah, I'll share it with all of the links I have and spread the word.
Sure, we'll send you the link to the video once it is downloaded, the yesterday's video, and you'll do it better because yes, you'll already have time to prepare better. Mm-hmm. Okay, so thank you very much, Karen.
Thanks.
Have a great weekend. Have a good rest after the trip. Yes. And Dieter, you too. Have a nice weekend.
And good energies, huh?
Yes.
The same to you.
Okay.
Thanks, Dieter.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Maria. Bye.
Bye-bye.